Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, and today we will continue making our own Discord bot. And the idea of this video is to understand how create functions work, like how to create a guild using a bot, how to create channels, roles, and so on using a bot. First, let's enter the Discord.js org, and the documentation about the library, and let's choose our 11.6.4 it's 11.6.4 version. Then let's type create in search, and we can find some functions here. It's like create DM, create invite, and create role somewhere is here. Oh, well, here it is: create channel, create role, and create guild. And today we'll explain how to work with them. We'll make some funny or a bit stupid function generating random guilds. Like I type the generate in the text channel, and the bot creates a guild, creates some random channels, some random roles, and gives me a link. Then when I enter the server, the bot should give me some roles, give himself some roles, and give me the owner of the server. Well, how to do this? First, we have to make a new command. Here we have made a real role command, and using the same things, we can make a generate command. Then we have to create the guild, and we need to name it somehow. So we have to make a function that generates a random name, a random string. So let's make it. We make a function like get random string. It gets no arguments, and we make a new variable of a string. Then let's make something like the length of this string. Let len is equal to, let it be random floor. First it's floor because it should be whole. Then we make random, and let the maximum string length be like 30. Why not? So we get a random whole number from 0 to 30. Great. And now we have to generate the string. We just make maybe there is another way to do this, but I will just use the loop, the for loop. Then we go from 0 to our len, and just add a new symbol to s. How to add symbols? I think you should know it. If you use it, we will use the ASCII table, the ASCII codes. It's a bad ASCII. Here it is. No, it isn't. Here we have 255 symbols from 0 to 255, and we will just take some symbol from this table. So we make a random symbol. Again, it should be also whole, and it's random, and 255. Because we have 255 symbols in the ASCII table. And then we have to get a symbol from this number, and we will use string dot from char code, and it's like this. So this will generate a random string using these symbols. Great. The next thing we have to do is just to return our string. Let's test this function. Just console log this function, so it will give us a random string. It is supposed to give us a random string, and it gives us a random string with one symbol. If we make it again, we get another random string. Great, it's what we want. Now we have to create the guild. Let's go here and look how does it work. Client user, just remember but you can go here. It's create guild. You have to make the name and the region and the icon. Well, then we make bot user, because we have to, because this is for client user. And then we make create guild, then pass the name here. The name we get with a random string, of course, because we want a random guild, a totally random guild. Get random guild, and we'll name the region. It should be, for example, US. Why not? Western Europe. And the icon, I wouldn't provide icon, but you can make it. Why not just make a folder where you keep all the icons and get a random image from that folder. Great. And if we go here, it returns promise. It is an async function, so we should use then and get a guild here. It's new guild. So the next thing we have to do is to generate an invite code. So if you know, when the guild creates, let me show it. Create a server, something test to. There are two channels here, two generals. So we can just get one of them and get a link for this channel, because if we go here, we make guild and we have no create invite here. We can only create invites for channels, like voice channel, for example, and we can create invites here. So then we get some channel. That will be the first channel of the guild. So guild.channels.first .create invite. I have to mention that I'm using the 11th version of library. On the 12th. You have used to with another functions there. I think I'll make one of the next video. One of the next videos how to make the bot on the 12th version of the library. Well, create invite. We have the voice channel and we have create invite here, and it's just an async function again, and the invite code is what we need to enter the server. Well, create invite, so, and then we make .then, and we get the invite. It's also async. Well, I won't make catch blocks, but you can, why not? So then I have just to reply to myself. I have to reply to the user who have written the command to give him an ability to go to the server too. So and we reply with the invite code. So now when we write generate in the text channel, for example, this where the bot is, we get a link which we're going to use to join a new server that is set up randomly. Well, the next thing we have to do to make a random server to create some channels and some roles. First, let's make some channels. Let's make num channels because we want a random number of channels. We get num channels, and it's again floor because we want it to be whole random, and let the maximum be 150. Why not? Then we just loop through num channels from 0 to num channels and create new channels every time, every iteration. How to create channels? We go here to guild and we find create channel here. So we have let's look for examples. I will use this example. Here we provide the name and we provide the type. It's text. It's either text or voice. Let's write it. We have the guild here, and it should be inside .then where we have guild. So guild dot create channel. Here we provide the name. The name is also a random string. Then we provide the type. Type is also random. So let's make it like type, and it should be random. Let's make an array where we can get a random type of the channel, like array. It's text, and it's an array of 2 strings, text and voice. And here we just get a random string from this array. Well, it's math floor from math random, and we multiply it by r.length. Well, now it will be the random type of the channel, and that's what we need. And it's also an async function, so we can make .then channel and make something here, but I don't think we have to do something because we have created a random channel. What we don't have to do we don't have to do anything with this channel, so we just make it like this. Well, the next thing we have to do to create some roles. For this we have also in the guild here we have create role function, and we can provide name and color here, and we will use it. So let me just copy it, not to write again, because I know my keypad is heard in the video. So first we have to get some to get the number of how many roles we have to create. It's again math floor of math random, and let the maximum be again 150. Why not? Then we again loop it, the num roles from 0 to num roles with a step of 1, and every time we create the new role, we can also use .then here, but I don't think we have to, because we have nothing to do when we create a role. We have just to create it. Well, the name is of course the random string. Well, and the color is a random color again. Now we'll make a random color function. Well, you can provide hex codes of colors. You should provide hex codes of colors here. So we make a function that generates a random hex code of the color. What is the hex code in fact? In fact, the hex code is just a hexadecimal number, like FFFFF. We have 6 digits in it, and we have to get them. But I won't generate it like a string. I will make some cheating, like, I don't know. We will open a calculator. Well, I have a Russian version, sorry. We have 6 digits. Every of them is from 0 to F. F is 15. It's a hexadecimal notation. So we to get the maximum amount of the maximum number that have 6 digits in hexadecimal notation, it's we have to power 16 to the 6th power, and we get this number. Let's copy it and enter here. But it's the 16 to the 6th power. But but it is, if you know the notations, it is 62. It's 7 digits in the hexadecimal notation. So we have to make like this, and this is this number, 6 Fs. So now we have to generate a random number from 0 to this. So make it again like this, math not 10 random multiplied by this. I can delete this. We got a random number, and then we just make it to this hexadecimal notation, like to string, and provide 16 here. And that's what we need. And this is the hex code, so we can just return them. but we need to add this symbol here. We have a getRandomColor function. So now we have some roles created on our server. The next thing I would like to do is to give roles to the bot and the first user who joins the server. So what should we do? We have to keep this guild somewhere. I will just use a new variable, guild generated. If you want to make it not a function just for fun, you can use array here, but I will use it just as a variable, not an array. Like I can create only one guild at the same time. Well, we guild generated, it's guild.id. Well, now we have to somehow trigger when when someone joins the server. We go to client and we have the guild member add event here, and it is emitted when our user joins a guild, and we will use it. So let's copy it and add a new event but on like this, and we get a member here as it is written here. So we get a member, and here we have to give random roles for the bot and the member, so to all the members in the guild. So we make if member.guild.id is equal to guild generated. We make it like we loop all the members, not bot but guild. Dot members dot for each, and we get a new member here. It's member. And then we add some roles. How to add some roles? We just loop all the roles. So guild.roles.forEach, and we get a new role here. And then we have to decide whether we add this role or not add this role. Let's make the chance like to not add this role and one to make this role, to add this role. So we make an array like 2 falses and 1 true, and we should get a random object of this array here. So we make like if air from math_floor math_random and multiplied by air.length. If it is true, we add this role like mem.addRole. It's like here guild member, not here it's guild member, and we have add role here. We should provide the ID of the role. It is also a thing, but I don't think we have to use it. So role.id. But I think you can also provide like this. Maybe you can also provide like this, but I will use ID. So that should work now. The last thing we have to do is to give the owner to the first user who joins the server. So we have guild, and we have the setOwner function here. So we make member.guild and .setOwner to the member who has joined the server. And it's like this. Great. But now we'll get some errors. In fact, Discord works like you can't add a lot of roles in one time. Like it's no more than 10 roles in half a minute, maybe. So we have to make some timeouts here. I will use like this. The first timeout is just 1. So I make timeout function here, and it's the timeout of E. And every time we add, we go here, we add 1000 to the timeout. So every next role will be given after a second after the previous role was added. So, but the bot, if the bot is not an owner of the server, it can't add a role to the owner of the server. So we have to we have to set the owner only when we have added all the roles. So we make timeout. It's a timeout function. I think 30 seconds will be enough. So let's make even 45 seconds. It should be obviously enough. And after 45 seconds pass, we set the owner. Let's test it now. Node. We start our bot. This is it. It started. So test the bot, and we type generate here. And we get a warning. It's a unknown channel. I think the error is because when we create the channel, the first channel is the category, and you can't get the link to the category channel. So we have to fix it, and let's just loop through the channels and find the first that is not a category. How to do this? We just make a like guild. Whoa. We find guild here, we find channels here, guild channel, and there should be something like a type here. There are a lot of types, but we will trigger if it is either text or voice. So where do we get channels.first? We get it here. So we have to do like guild.channels.forEach channel, a new chain, and like this. If chain.type is equal to text or chain.type is equal to voice, space here, we generate an invite. It will give more than one invite, so it is a bit inaccurate, but if it is the function just for fun, so it can be a bit inaccurate. So it's chain.first, it's just chain, not first, create invite. And then we reply with the code. So start the bot now, write generate, and it gives us an invite. Let's use one of them, and it crashes. Well, we have entered it. We don't have administrator permissions, so we can't look into roles, but we can look into channels, and we find that there are really just a lot of random channels. That's what we need. But now I will show that this link is also for is also to this channel, but to the voice channel. Well, great. Now we have the error in the 85th line. It's like here, yeah, because it doesn't know what is guild. It should be member.guild. Member.guild. Great. Now let's test it again. And we go here, we write generate again. Invalid form body, this field. What? Yeah, now it works. I don't know what the error was. Invalid form. What is the error? Ah, maybe we get some incorrect symbols here. It can happen, I think. Well, join a server, and the roles are added. Well, we'll wait it a bit, and we have a lot of channels, random channels here. So let's wait. Well, let's wait till the bot gives us the crown. Well, it has given us the crown. We have a lot of different random roles with random colors. The bot also has them. They're different, as you see. So we go to server settings, and we find that we have a lot of roles here that are also random. And that's what we needed, the empty role to empty. Wow. Well, we have the server, we have a random server. That's what we wanted. I think you have understood how to work with create guild, create invite, create channel, create role, and same functions. So that's all for now. That's all I would like to tell you in this video. So thank you for watching. If this was helpful, interesting, or just funny, subscribe the channel, press the like, the bell button, and write a comment. It can really help me understand what is interesting for you, because I have no idea, in fact, what to make the video about. It would be great if you write me a comment, helping me to get the theme of the video that is really interesting for you. So thank you for watching this video. Hope to see you in the next video. So subscribe the channel again, and goodbye. See you next time.